Hi there, hot people. Welcome to my channel, Score Bunny Hearts. My name's Joni, and let me tell you a story. It all started when I saw these Sailor Moon boots on Pinterest. Now, when I saw this, I knew I didn't just want it, I needed them. So using whatever brain cells I had left from writing my dissertation, which was super long and oh my god. Anyway, I did a Google reverse search and found that these boots were from Grace Gift, this Taiwanese fashion brand that specializes in making fashionable things for women and girls, and I was overjoyed. I mean, turns out they were just like 48 pounds in UK. So if it meant if I clocked in my minimum wage job, I would have paid it off by 5 hours. But then, tragedy struck. Turns out, they're discontinued. My heart shattered, and out of anger, I posted this TikTok.
Whoever owns one of these, one I open while you're sleeping, I'm burglarizing your house. You're on my rob list. I hope you have security cameras and a Ring doorbell because I'm coming.
And so many of you agreed. We all shared the same pain. Me and a million other random people on the internet decided we were going to plan a full-scale robbery. Whoever in the comments said they had the Grace Gift boots, they were a target. We were gonna ride at dawn. We were fighting evil by moonlight, but robbing someone's cousin by daylight. Until one person said, "Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, DIY." And that made me think, for a moment, for once in my life. Yes, I was a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And yes, I could DIY. And a felony will look pretty bad on my CV, so... And so, here's how I tried my best to recreate the very elusive, beguiling Sailor Moon boots. So part 1, shopping and planning. For some reason, during the month of January, there were just like no white boots. Like, I don't know what happened, but I went to every single charity shop and there were like just no white boots. Until I went to TK Maxx, which is like TJ Maxx, but British. Anyway, so I found these shoes from this French brand, I think, called La Boutine Souriante. La Boutine Souriante?
Bonjour mademoiselle, j'ai pris lunettes soleil, je veux m'en venger, merci beaucoup, je hurle, oui oui baguette, bisous.
No, I'm sorry. Well, they were perfect since the heel wasn't too tall, that to the point where I would just trip and fall and get a nose job. Yeah. Well, nothing wrong with a nose job, it's just that I can't afford one right now. And they were like 28 pounds, so it wasn't too bad. But, okay. This project made me realize how dumb I was. Just 3 days ago, before I filmed this, I went to a charity shop and lo and behold, there were white boots for 10 pounds. So, if you are, FYI, if you guys are trying to make your own, 10 pounds is totally feasible. But hey, you know, we win some, we lose some. And 28 pounds off like 56, let's look at the bright side. It's okay, it's not too bad, it's like half. The most important part of the boot was the ribbon. So I didn't know my university, apparently we had a art shop. And so I made my way there and I got some for like 99 cents. No, sorry, 99p, cause pence. Cause this is UK. After that, I was good, I was done. I could sit down and finally design. So, in the end, this was what I decided. Ignore the Euphoria doodle. I'm in my Euphoria era. That's Jules, by the way. If you guys didn't see, I am so in love with Hunter Schafer right now. The good thing about this boot, it had a little loop, so I can just loop my bow in without making like any incisions or just, I didn't really want to ruin the boot. And I noticed in the original design, Grace Gift had that blue lining to emulate Usagi's Sailor Senshi outfit. So instead of making it blue or painting it, I decided to not do that because that looked a little too DIY. Instead, I was gonna use a little chain and make little charms. I like the little dots, so we kept the little dots. And probably the hardest part was I need to paint the whole heel white. Now on to part 2, actually making it. I said that this project made me feel really dumb, well, actually making it was probably the part where I felt really, really, really dumb. So after I bought everything, I decided, okay, let's make the bow. In order to make the bow, I followed this tutorial, and it took me around a whole afternoon. So I decided to put the bow together with a sparkly pipe cleaner. But the sparkles kept falling everywhere like it had a dandruff problem. It took me a whole hour to tie the bow together. Eventually, it was very clear that I needed something to cover up the flaky dandruff pipe cleaner. So I needed something in the middle of the bow. I could just put a ribbon over, but honestly, I don't think that was gonna be like Sailor Moon enough. And besides, the original had her cosmic heart and everything. So I needed to put on her transformation brooch. At first, I did want to order those die-cast models off Amazon, but then I didn't want to shell out like 56 pounds and just to, hot glue gun the whole thing together. Honestly, I would just keep it to myself and I wouldn't do anything to it. So I decided to use a badge maker. Now that took me another hour because I was using the machine wrong, but eventually after some back and forth, I got it together. So once my 2 brain cells came back from Cancun, I used the right parts and I managed to pump out 2 badges. Here's how it ended up looking. Honestly, not bad. The second bow and the second badge took a lot faster, so my confidence was back up. Part 3, the heel. If I wanted to stay loyal to a gray skiff original, I would need to paint the whole heel white. So, first things first, prep. If I didn't want to get anything on the leather and the other black parts off the boot, I was gonna need to tape this whole thing up. So, I used washi tape. The good thing about washi tape, they don't leave adhesive marks. Thus began my arduous journey of painting layers and layers and layers. At this point, this heel had more layers than my contemporary lit essay I've been putting off. To make sure it all stayed put, I just dabbed it all in Mod Podge. So part 4, the chain. So I got my butt to Primark, and as a Pisces, I settled on these cute horoscope charms. They're not exactly Sailor Moon, but you know what? They're stars, whatever. So like I said, I didn't want to buy anything off Amazon, those die-cast stuff. So I decided my hand at using silk clay. Big mistake, because after rolling it for a few minutes, it was clear as getting nowhere. Instead of a moon one, I looked like I ran Kirby over. So I switched tactics and I switched to Play-Doh. So my artistic senses came back, and I had a bit more luck with this. However, another tragedy struck. Unfortunately, I put in Mod Podge glue and it dried out disgustingly. You know when you like cough up something? It reminded me of that. It looked like phlegm. I'm sorry. So I decided I lost way too much time and I just used my old jewelry. However, of course, we're still not done. I realized I had these like gem stickers lying around, so I was like, you know what? Let's put them on. Bedazzled my heel. So after 2 weeks, I was done. I'm not gonna lie, the shoes I made were very statement-y. And some people can describe it as tacky, which I don't disagree. I feel like you can only wear it when you're very cute. It's a good thing I am very cute. So here's how I'll style my shoes. I could just throw on some PJs and just say, it's Cam. Looking Cam right in the eye. But unfortunately, they did not invite me to the Met Gala during 2019, so I'm gonna have to change. Sick moves, though. I will wear this out, but let's pretend it's summer and not the 4th day of the Lunar New Year. Plaid never goes out of style, but I think this would work better. Honestly, I feel like we can't do with this hair. I'm pretty happy with the end product, but oh my god, it took just way too long. I am a gorgeous, gorgeous girl, but I am also a busy girl. I am so glad on how the bow and the charms turned out. I even wore it to my Lunar New Year party at my school. Everyone was like, oh my god, that's Sailor Moon. So I'm glad it still got the message. Honestly, I think DIYing was probably a lot funner and less confrontational than actually robbing someone. In terms of price, I'm sure it was probably less expensive. I don't know, I think. But it did take me a while to do, so probably if Grace Gift ever decides to like restock, I will be thinking about buying it. Especially a Sailor Mars one. That's my girl. Now that I'm done, you know what? Y'all should try making it. It's up stealing. Tell me how it goes. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll try posting every 2 weeks. See you soon.